Hello and welcome back to my vlog. This is video number 50, the big 50. And I don't have anything planned for it. No, I'm joking. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to review and try to remember at least, and go back over everything that I've been doing, learning, picked up on, noticed, improved on, etc. over the last 50 days. Well, 49 days, 50 including today. Pardon me. My throat is still a bit scratchy. Something has been going on for about 2 or 3 days now, and it's annoying me, but we'll fight through. So, first of all, I have noticed that a lot of my vlogs, most of my vlogs recently especially, have been becoming increasingly longer, and some of it, I think the longest one was just over 20 minutes long, which is not something I was planning on. Initially, I genuinely thought that the majority of these videos will be between 3 and 5, maybe up to 6 or 7 minutes long a piece. So a few of them where I have managed to keep myself entertained, so to speak, whilst recording a video for 10, 15, 20 minutes or whatever. That has all come as a bit of a surprise to me. Actually, not so much a surprise. I know how much I can carry on talking sometimes. But it's something that I've naturally found myself gravitating towards, because a lot of the points I talk about, a lot of the points I discuss or explore, etc., sometimes do require a bit more of an in-depth explanation, or in some cases perhaps a few examples to sort of back up, add some concreteness to their claims as such. So yeah, if you look at the very first video I did, I think it was less than 4 minutes long. Then there was another one after that was like 6 minutes, another one's 5, whatever, and after the first couple of weeks they started getting a bit longer, and then recently, like I said, one of them went over 20 minutes. So not something planned, but naturally it does feel like the amount of time needed to get some information across requires to be more of it, more time. So yeah, that's one thing. If the videos do get boring at a point, drop a comment, let me know. Tell me, like, at minute 3 and 20 seconds, I had all the information I needed. Now piss off. Next video, please. Fine, let me know. That's fine. I'm happy with it. Until then, the videos will probably naturally or unnaturally carry on growing in length. Although, yeah, the longer the video is, the longer it takes to upload as well, which, given the format that I'm working with, i.e. I'm recording on my phone and uploading straight from my phone, it is sometimes a bit of a delicate task, because I have found that the YouTube app itself can be, what's the word I'm looking for, troublesome, in that if you upload something whilst you're not connected to Wi-Fi and then connect to a Wi-Fi network, the upload fails and restarts from scratch, and vice versa. Or if you drop Wi-Fi and it carries on, or reconnects, it doesn't always carry on. So it's a bit annoying. But anyway, enough about that. Next is my reading speeds. So at the very beginning, I did mention that I was taking tips from the likes of Jim Quick and Mark Manson. Ronson's the music guy, Manson's the writing guy, Mark Manson, and a couple of others like Clive Kegley, and there was one more, but I can't remember his name right now. My reading speed has, I can't say it's increased, it's kind of plateaued, but that's because I have taken something of a step back. So recently I've not been concentrating too much on improving or increasing my reading speed. What I'm doing instead is trying to increase my comprehension of what I'm reading. So the amount of information that I'm trying to take in, the amount of information that I want to retain, I'm trying to increase that. So in some books, some of the books I'm reading that are genuinely and deeply interesting, I do read them word for word. Then there are a few which are more like reference material, where I do sometimes skim half a page and skip the remainder of the page once I sort of get the gist of what that page or that paragraph, sentence, chapter or whatever is about. For example, one of the books I'm currently reading, I've probably skipped over the best part of half a dozen pages in their entirety, because I can see what they are. Pardon me. Oh, I've had a big lunch. Yeah, I can see what the rest of the chapter is all about, and it's something that is either irrelevant to me, so there's just no need for reading it, or it's something I've already done or already found out for myself. Now, I do carry on skimming through to make sure there aren't any pieces of information that, regardless of how much I think I don't need them, that I might still need them. But like I said, dry throat. But yeah, like I said, in one book, I'm skipping quite a lot because it's irrelevant. And there's no point reading something that's irrelevant if you're trying to gain information. I apologise, that's really, unpleasant. On the writing side, so journaling and that's taken a bit of a change for how I do it, what I do exactly, and when I do it. So I should say reading I've been doing all throughout the day. Sometimes I do it first thing in the morning, sometimes I do it in the middle of the day, and a lot of the times it's late at night. So whenever I get a chance, I do top up on my reading. And again, currently I'm working my way through 3 books at once. So yeah, always have something somewhere to read, something to hand. Except for now, whilst I'm in the office, I don't actually have anything with me. So, but I wasn't planning on being here for long anyway. But yeah, writing. That's changed in that I'm not strictly journaling anymore. I say anymore. Every now and then, if I've got a thought in my head or something I just want to get out or something I want to explore, extrapolate, whatever, I'll write it down like regular journaling, that kind of thing. But a lot of the time now I'm using that writing time to write down solutions or write down problems or write down reminders, strategy, that kind of thing. So I'm creating worksheets essentially for what I'm doing, be it physically for work, like professionally, or something I want to try in the gym, like a new workout regime or whatever, or when it comes to diet and nutrition, any kind of idea that jumps up at me or something new I've learned, I'll write that down and even use it for exploring some goal setting, that kind of thing, and reflecting on maybe what I've read or something I've done or something I've learned, etc. So the journaling side of it, I've turned it into something a bit more flexible. So, and that's more so just so it can fit with what I'm doing when I'm doing it, rather than having it be like a forced session of writing, because sometimes I do literally come up blank, like literally I'll be sitting there, pen and paper ready for 5 minutes and nothing happens. And on a couple of occasions I have actually literally just written myself a little note saying, my mind currently draws to a blank, I'll continue this later. And on one of those occasions, I actually, within 2 minutes, I was like, I know what I've got to do. And then I actually, it wasn't journaling, but I drew out, I drew out a little plan for something. So it's useful nonetheless, even when I can't think of anything that I need to or want to write down. There's, just given the time, if I use the strategy of telling myself I either have to write something down or be bored, within 2 minutes of being bored, I'll think of something to write down. So, yeah. Moving on to some of the other practices that I haven't made habit yet. So, like meditation, that's one thing that every single day I tell myself I still need to do more of it. I need to practice mindfulness a bit more, or or like mindlessness, if that's a more correct term, I don't know. But I definitely don't take enough time to just clear my head and center myself mentally and calm down, you know. That I need to do more of, so I've not done enough of it. Pardon me, Fred's still not helping me. As for videos on YouTube, yeah, I literally have not had much time at a computer in my office to actually edit videos and upload them, apart from obviously recording these videos, which are just recorded and uploaded without editing. So in my work office, this is where I have my PC with all my everything on there. There's drives full of videos, video editing software, everything like that. The thing is, at the moment, I don't find myself down here. I say down here physically, it's south of where I live, so I call it down here. I don't find myself here often enough at the moment to make good use of editing videos. There are a few videos that I've been planning and wanting to do and create and upload and share knowledge and experiences and stuff. I'm just not getting around to it, so that's bad time management on my front, on my side, on my whatever. Yeah, I need to make time for that, but also I need probably better access to computing when at home. I've got a laptop at home. It's old. It doesn't really work too well. And also video editing on the laptops is something that doesn't have separate keyboard and mouse. It doesn't bode well with me. I've got big hands, so yeah, keyboard and mouse working for intricate work, no bueno. Right, if I think back to some of Hal Elrod's savers, there's obviously visualizations and affirmations as well. Those are two things that I said at the very beginning, that visualizations and affirmations are two things that I hadn't really gotten to grips with just yet. And that's still true now. I just haven't made the time or taken the time to actually learn more about them. Obviously, the book The Miracle Morning, I've yet to read that, and I'm sure that will open my eyes a bit more as to what to do, how to do it, when to do it, etc. Until then, I just need to kind of bite the bullet and just actually start doing it. So, yeah. As for day-to-day functioning, I have noticed that if on one day I've been very active, I've done a lot of reading, writing, been to the gym, done a lot of productive stuff, be it for work, personal, whatever, then the following day that energy carries on. You know, it flows through. It feels good. You're riding that wave of the high. Whereas if I have a day that's slightly less productive, so I don't get as much reading done, I don't get much writing done, or I'm not doing anything productive really, or not being proactive, maybe not having gone to the gym, or even having gone to the gym and just haven't had a good session, the following day I tend to feel a slightly lower energy. So that's something very, very important to keep in mind for, well, I myself will be keeping it in mind, but also for anyone else listening. The best way to prepare for a day is to be active and be proactive now. So your tomorrow will be almost like a reflection, a continuation of what you do today, as far as energy flow goes anyway. So that's what it feels like to me. I'm not saying that's a universal truth or whatever, but that's definitely how it feels and how I'm perceiving it. So I don't know if it's the same for anyone else. If you've experienced anything like that, let me know. I'd like to hear more. Um, on the front, going back to the reading side of things, shit, I'm still buying books faster than I can read them. I actually no, that's a lie. I have slowed down buying books. I've only bought one book so far this week. Um, at the weekend, I bought another two. Last week in total, I bought six. Yeah, it quickly adds up, you know. So yeah, I've definitely found some very interesting books. It's unreal. Like once you start exploring how many different topics there are as far as books go, especially non-fiction books and reference manuals and self-help books, business, psychology. The list goes on and on. Yeah, okay, quite a few they do just repeat the same spiel that every other author does, but everyone has their own little twist. They've got their own tidbit of information and examples to add into it, and that makes it all the more interesting because you gain far more different perspectives and ways of thinking about situations. So it makes it a lot easier to digest, especially when you've come across something before and you're instantly familiar with what you're reading. You think, okay, yeah, that's it's like creating those links. It's literally like putting a puzzle together. When you see two pieces with fairly similar looking patterns on them, and you know, oh, hang on, these two must be in the same area, and you just kind of place them over one side. They might not fit together directly, but you know they form part of, say, the bottom left corner of the puzzle. So that's what it's like reading different books on the same topic. Everyone has different information, everyone has different experiences, different perspectives, etc. And the more of that you can take in, the more easy it becomes to put the puzzle together at the end of the day, or at the end of the week, the month, the year, whatever. Yeah, so that's where I stand. Still continuing everything I do. Obviously, the vlogs are still here every day. We've hit 50 now. Very proud of that. Next milestone is 100. I have to say, getting this far in this vlogging series, and like I said before, I've never maintained this kind of discipline for doing anything, so I really must have something driving me. I think it's the realization that I'm getting old and I want to do something. I've done fuck all with my life. I've done nothing in my life, nothing big. Yeah, I'm married, I've got kids. That's all I can lay claim to. I've done nothing else. And you know, if I was to die tomorrow, shit, what can I say? Nothing. There's almost nothing good to say. So, you know, and I think that's the wake up call. Looking at your life and asking yourself, what have you done? What have you achieved? If there's nothing on that list, then shit, go and do something. Work towards something. Set some goals. Be proactive more than anything. So, yeah, a bit of a morbid end to the video there, but it's, you know, that's reality kicking me in the ass. So it is what it is. Right. I'm going to go make some coffee because I need more coffee. And quite frankly, I fail to function properly or sleep, as you know, without coffee. So I'm going to go do that. It is Wednesday, I think. It is Wednesday still. Yeah, half of the week ahead of us. And yeah, a busy week at that. So that's good. Yeah. Okie dokie. Well, I hope you have enjoyed this video. I hope you have taken something away from it. I hope you've learned something. If you have any questions about the books I'm reading, the books I have read, the books I'm planning on reading, please feel free. If you want to know more about anything I've discussed or anything even I haven't discussed, then yeah, reach out. Shit, leave a comment. Let me know. Anyway, until then, I've said bye enough now, so for the third time. Bye, catch you tomorrow.